Coop, obviously the final score doesn't always tell the whole story, but what about the middle, kind of the second period there where it kind of seems like you guys went out of your system a little bit and they were able to capitalize?
I don't know if I'd say that. Kind of sucks the way the first goal went in, and just Bennett made a nice play and knocks it out of the air. So you're down one, but I liked our game, and power play comes back and gets one, and I really liked our game, and then we just the old cliche, better watch out for that last minute of the period and the start of the next period, and we give one up at the end and give another one up in the start, and then we're chasing it, and so it's that was tough for us. But giving up that last one in the third, and we should have had a better response coming in the second, but unfortunately we didn't.
John, on the challenge on the third goal, could you guys play what you saw there, and maybe how much did that hurt?
It only hurts if you get scored on. So that's part of why I suppose the rule's in there. But it's what can I say? Coaches got to eat it.
Matthew Kachchuck obviously got the 2 power play goals, but what else? How else did he affect the game tonight? I'm sure you knew he was going to play, but did he add? How much did he add for Florida?
Well, it was a tale of probably 2 games for him, because he takes the penalty in the first period that we score on. So, but then he scores 2 power play goals. So, Matthews, he's good on the power play, like really good, and he knows what he's doing down there. And I'm not sure. I think we kind of gave him the second one. We threw it right on his stick, but we got to be better at that. I mean, we have a pretty darn good penalty kill, and they go 3 for 3. So that's on us, regardless of who's playing.
Is there when you look at this game, is there any positives or anything like parts of the game you can look at and you say, hey, we can kind of carry that over or at least work on something ahead of game 2?
Well, there's lots. Unfortunately, I mean, I guess here's the thing. A series isn't one game. So there's a positive. But we had a bunch of guys tonight playing their first playoff games, and I thought guys handled it fairly well. But, in the end, we gave up 6 goals. We're a pretty decent defensive team, and we have a really good PK, and we gave up 3 on that. So, pretty confident, like if, whether they exposed us in certain areas, but, in the end, those are areas of strength of ours. So I'm pretty confident we can button those up, and we'll be okay.
Last one here, John. You said a couple times that you were happy with a lot of the things your guys did. Is that reassuring to you now, or is it almost scary considering the results?
Listen, I mean, this team, I love this team. I mean, they try. They're always trying. And they did that again tonight. Sometimes results aren't there. Most nights they are. And so, you're not going to, we can sit here and dissect this game all we want. Bottom line is we lost. Whether you lose 6-2 or you lose 1-0 in overtime. We lost the game, turn the page, and move on. And let's sit here in 48 hours or whatever it is and dissect that one. This one's over.